Hello?
Hey there. I hear you now.
I think we're still on.
I don't know why we went offline and now it's showing me past broadcast, which is really weird. Now it says live, so there we go.
Does it?
Okay. Yeah, it says live. I'm happy about that. That's kind of
Does it
neat. It does
say
that.
that on YouTube still, though?
I don't know about YouTube. I just have, let me check. I had her on Twitch.
Apparently not. No.
Ratata Twitch. Okay. Yeah, I was like, did I go quiet?
Oh, no, maybe it is still.
I'm popping on right now. I just had to get on the other account.
Sorry, folks. We'll be right with you.
Technical difficulty. I think we
no, maybe it is.
Hey,
still.
that's us.
I'm popping on right.
We're live.
Oh,
and in living color.
Okay. Wow.
That was for a commercial break. That was for our sponsor.
Just actually had to have a piss. Thank you for our sponsors.
Sherry's Berries.
Yeah. Catheter so bags for you for when you just can't wait.
If you're over 40.
Yeah.
Oh, I need one.
Catheters for you. Perfect. That looks good. That looks good. Yeehaw. Life's a garden and we are digging it. So, I'm going to ruin wrestling. I'll be the last real champion in WWE is where we left off before the break.
Yeah, that hit hard.
Like I said, similarly to when Punk left. I wonder if this is the angle they're going to play. And I was saying, I wonder if he'd be the kind of guy that asks Ric Flair, Rick, do you mind? Can I do this? Not that
I think
whatever Rick
right.
says fucking matters. Like if Hunter tells him this is what we're doing, then this is what we're doing.
Yeah, but I think you're right. Like he has that respect for the business.
Yeah, he does. And I could even see him saying, well, records are meant to be broken. So I can't see Rick even saying no, right? So
yeah. Sit down for a glass. Yeah,
I think this is what's going to happen. I don't know if he'll retire as a heel. Or he retires as a heel. His final date is maybe like a Raw or something, and then he comes back. Or he comes out on Raw and, as his final day and, does his thank you and retires, in that sense as a babyface again. But,
yeah, I could see that. This has been fun.
Yeah.
I appreciate you all. Yeah.
So, but we won't know until we get there. I'm sure there's, right. There's him and there's, lots of people that have been around for a long time that are all kind of planning the story as it unfolds. So,
yeah,
we'll just have to see what happens when we get there. He says, I'll be the last real champion in WWE. Cody comes out and I groaned because I just didn't want to hear him speak. But
yeah,
this was the best Cody Rhodes promo that I've heard out of him in a long time.
Wasn't so fake.
Yeah, he wasn't making weird noises and weird facial expressions. And doing his weird lip thing that not lisp, but lip, where he moves his lips in a strange, awkward way, tight lipping. The fuck?
So so tough.
Yeah, but it just felt real, right? Uh, where are we at here? Perhaps you're the most dangerous John Cena has ever been. You made a mistake on what you just said about these people. You want to take it, then take it right now. And John walks away, obviously. Well, they tease a scuffle. John blows on his fingertips like a dork, though. I thought that was corny. Like we can do without that part of the gimmick again. But yeah, he says, John, turn around right now. I need you to see me and all of them. The champ is no longer there. The champ is here, standing in the center of this ring. Empty-handed John Cena. That is how you walk away from Mania and the WWE.
And that was effective. That was great.
It was short, pretty quick from Cody. And effective. It added some realism to Cody in that he does want to fight for the people in not such a corny way.
Yeah. And saying the champ is here now, like that was great.
Yeah. So
brought that point across.
John is doing everything he can to promote this match. I thought Cody took a step in the right direction with that because as it was leading up to this, or as we lead up to Mania, Cody wasn't doing a whole hell of a lot to sell tickets for this match. So
not at all.
It's nice to see something out of Cody here in the build.
Yeah.
Jay Uso comes out now. Well, Waller and Theory come out first.
Main eventers.
Yes, main eventers. And then Jay Uso comes out to get, or did Jay come out first?
I remember going back and watching that, and I think Jay came out. I think the guys were out first, and then Jay came and introduced his.
Oh, yes, that's partner. Right. So Waller and Theory were obvious. That makes sense for a special guest, or for a surprise partner, right?
Yeah, you thought it was going to be.
It should have been Joe Hendry.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
It should have been Joe Hendry. I still thought Joe Hendry would show up at this event, but he didn't. So that's kind of disappointing. I'm sure he was probably disappointed, unless he had prior commitments and couldn't get there, or maybe there was a flight or something. He couldn't get back to do TNA in time if they tapings this week. Who knows?
Yeah.
I just thought there could have been something huge there with Joe Hendry coming out and then Drew coming out and then just kicking the shit out of Joe Hendry for some extra heat, which would have been great. It would have just helped propel the Drew character even more.
Well, and do so good for Joe too. It would have just raised him up that next level too.
Yeah, even though he would have got the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah. But, he's playing with the big boys.
That's right. So, much to nobody's surprise, the tag team partner was Jimmy Uso. Big Jim, as they call him now.
Yeah.
This was an outstanding tag match. I really enjoyed this match.
That is the one great thing about Usos, but like Cole said, I think it was 1.5 years since they've been in a tag.
It was, yeah.
With each other. Yeah. That's impressive.
These two are tag wrestlers to the definition of a tag team wrestler.
Yeah.
Right? Like between the two of them, They have no differing moves.
Nope.
They don't have any depth to their moves. But they can still tell a story in the ring with their work for the most part.
Yeah, they're just so similar. Like you say, it's almost, it's hard to see them just as singles, especially in the main event. I don't like it.
Well, and that's just it. Neither of them are singles wrestlers. And as much as I think we're going to get this Jay win and he's going to have all these people yeeting, I don't see it lasting. I just don't see it lasting.
I'd be shocked if it makes it till SummerSlam.
And maybe I'm wrong, right? Wrestling fans like to hold on to corny things, corny gimmicks for, and crowd interaction for a long time. So
True.
As we know with the whats and the yeses and the Rock's slogans and all that, right? So
yeah.
It'll be interesting to see, but this was a good match. And I might be the minority here, but I think Waller has more potential than Austin Theory.
Has stepped up so much. It's incredible. Like, not just body transformation, but like he's quicker. He's
big
more
time
confident.
in the last little while for sure. And he's
great
more entertaining on the mic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
where Theory just doesn't have that.
Theory just looks like an AI person that you type into ChatGPT and say, make me an image of a generic power plant wrestler from a WCW's power plant in 1998. Make me a wrestler. That's what he looks like.
And it's just
a creator wrestler in WCW.
Yeah. Cena even worked like, what is it about Theory?
Cena worked him, lost to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
like, what is with this guy?
Did some in-ring with The Rock. Took a stunner from Austin, right? Like, they're huge names.
We see something. Yeah.
But it's just not resonating with anyone. With the crowd, maybe it's his look, how he's got a body-wise, he's got a good look, but his face is like it's a block with no personality. It's a square
it's like
with no holes.
Like a drawn-on evil goatee kind of look. It's so bad. When he's heel, it's like, oh, shave that off, dude. It's okay if you shave it off.
Right, like maybe grow your hair out or something. Like you got to do something, man.
But Waller, man, he has stepped it up. I love it because he's entertaining.
And he was bumping his ass off for these two. Like it was great. It was a very, very good match.
When they split, he'll do good.
He will, yeah. We moved into. We're gonna zip through this here now.
Yeah,
we had a technical difficulty.
And Jay slipped. Mentioned that. Don't forget that.
Right.
That was bad.
Yeah. So then Gunther comes out, and starts beating everybody down, and then they get their comeback on Gunther a little bit. Then Jay's going for a spear, and he slips. Was this intentional, or did he make it look really good?
Yeah.
Sorry, did he make it look really good, or was this accidental? Is how I should have said that.
Yeah, especially after the flop a couple of weeks ago, because I think that was accidental for sure. That botched dive to the outside. The botch was
accidental for sure.
Yeah,
like that's not something that you want to practice because
top dollar it.
Yeah.
But Michael Cole played it off so well because he's like, it's been a bad couple of weeks for Jay against Gunther. So it's like, was that planned or was Michael Cole that quick, which he is?
Sorry, I was just double checking here since my shit timed out. Steph did win, so she is the first ever talent to retain both titles being defended on the same night.
Awesome. That's a great record.
Yeah. Then Jordan comes out and then she holds the title up. So it's obvious that Jordan and Steph are going at it. Although Jada's out there now, so who knows?
Yes.
Sure, Julia will show up.
Yeah.
I'm going to pause this so I can hear what Lurch has to say at the end of the show. Ava.
Oh.
Yeah. God, she's got no personality.
She's born with a stiff upper lip.
We got to get going here because Dark Side of the Ring is on. So we get a hilarious El Grande Americano vignette. Man, I was howling. That was so fucking funny. Of course, a few people are online are, this is racist. This is, like, get the fuck out of here. Shut the fuck up.
You don't know Chad Gable's background. What if Chad Gable is part Latino or you know what I mean?
Yeah, like they have no fucking idea.
Yeah, cancel culture's over.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck anymore. Get the fuck out of here. But it was absolutely hilarious. Yeah, he was darker than
he's darker than Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee. Yeah.
We'll get to that match though, but the hilarious promo from the Gulf of America, God, it was funny.
History.
What?
It's history.
It is, yeah. We get, but we're up to Big Mommy Cool versus Lyra. Now, I know, let's hear what you have to say about this match.
I can't remember anything spectacular about it besides her gear was pretty awful. And Lyra pretty much did most of the work. I just don't like watching Raquel in a singles match. I think she's great in tag matches because she doesn't have to do too much or think too much. So keep her in a tag match. She wasn't horrible, but what's the point?
Yeah. Lyra definitely made her look good. Lyra is a workhorse. She, again, was bumping her ass off for Raquel. And she did exactly what she needed to do to build credibility for that title.
Yeah.
All while still making Raquel look good, which, let's be honest,
Raquel looked like a threat.
Yeah.
Somehow she looked like a threat.
She did. So Raquel did do a very cool, like rebound style jackhammer on Lyra, though, where she went for the suplex, bounced her off the top rope, and then jackhammer.
Yes.
I thought that was very cool.
So if she puts a few more moves in her repertoire, that would be okay.
Yeah. And
instead of just the typical big girl.
Yeah, right. Like big boots. And she does have that thing in the corner she does too, that spinning elbow drop. How she kind of runs up the turnbuckles to the second turnbuckle or whatever, and then kicks her legs out and spins and does an elbow drop. That's pretty cool also.
She can move.
Yeah.
She's not like,
she just needs more practice is all. I think she could be a very, very good, for the lack of a better word, big woman wrestler, tall woman wrestler.
Yeah. There's a couple of those coming up, so she would be great to learn from.
Like Lash Legend.
Yep.
That's a big
even
woman.
all on LFG. There's this one who she's like a muscle like weightlifter, I believe, and team I think she's on Team Booker. Either way, she's great. First match though, so she did pretty decent.
Cool.
She'll be interesting.
Lyra gets the win. Of course, after the match, Liv and Raquel start beating Lyra down. Bailey's music hits. I thought this was hilarious that Liv turned when Bailey's music hit. And then it was like she realized she had a few more seconds and punched Lyra like 5 more times. So Liv is so good.
Like, whoops. Yeah.
Liv is
she's so smart.
Is like the what's the word I'm looking for?
Like veteran or
the
veteran?
Standard for women's wrestlers in that company right now, I think, in terms of the little things. Like she just gets it.
And that matters so much.
It does.
For the smoothness too. Yeah.
And just to help in building a character as well, right? But as I've said before, I'm sure Liv is like this in real life. I'm sure she is just a snobby, feisty little twat. But anyway.
Yeah.
Of course, then Bailey's looking at this ice, runs out for the save, and then she's looking at the IC belt. She doesn't need this title. Like, what? Why are we teasing this? So, does she want that, or now are we going to have a Lyra and Bailey tag for a little while because there is literally no more contenders for this IC title?
Yeah, you've ran through Ivy. You've ran through
Dakota.
Actually, where's Zoe been? Is she injured?
Yeah, Zoe. Well, maybe because of the the Sonya Deville release, they're kind of maybe repackaging these two quickly.
Yeah,
Zoe and
get
Shayna.
Everyone to forget.
Or Shayna can go to
forget
NXT
about these guys.
And be a trainer. Hunter Hall of Fame promo thing shows the Rock vs. Hunter ladder match at 98 SummerSlam. Very good match. If you haven't seen it, or for any of our 2020 2.8, 280,000, whatever it is. We got a lot of viewers. Listen, it's hard to keep up. Yeah. If you haven't seen it, go watch the video. Go watch that match.
Was that Triple H first long pants too? I feel like it was.
It was.
He'd always wear the
long purple pants. Well, the shiny ones, yeah.
Yeah. Because it was always black, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Funky.
Pierce talking about the contract, saying that Rhea Ripley is not in the match. She can't scribble on this contract. Doesn't make it legal. Yeah. Thank you very much. We're not doing this angle. I love it. Bianca comes out. She's kind of got this new kind of attitude to her as well. I like it. It's a nice change. She's wearing grills on her bottom teeth too. So, very alike, very akin to her husband. Maybe there's something in the works there. Maybe she becomes a street prophet. Yeah. Because technically, isn't she a SmackDown superstar?
I believe so. That's why it's weird she's on Raw all the time now.
Yeah.
So.
They get out there, Rhea comes out again. Rhea is over.
Yeah.
By the fans love her, but I thought we were going to get like a different direction for Rhea's character after that backstage interview when she lost the title. But we haven't. It's the same. And it's much of the same annoying.
Yeah. She needs a repackage of some sorts, or just to go away maybe for a bit.
She needs just a bit of a character change is all. Like, she really should have kept on with that sad. I've got no friends. I've pushed all the people I know away and cared for. And, but she's just this like angsty, not even angsty, just like angry woman shouting at clouds kind of thing. Like none of it makes sense.
We've seen it a million times too. Like do something different.
Anyways, so Rhea and Io are having a rematch next week on Raw from London. It's unfortunate because I'm unemployed that week, so I won't be able to watch it live. But
call in sick first day.
Yeah, okay. You are fired. I can't see Rhea winning. I would assume Bianca will be out there and somehow distract Rhea. I would hope that's kind of how they progress that character. Rhea will think that Bianca's distracting.
Yeah.
They're to distract her, but she's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something along those lines, and blame her again. Yeah. So she's got to get added still somehow. Her winning, and then people having a riot and booing because they don't want Rhea to win and they want Io to remain champion. I don't know if is the right choice or if they're split. I don't know. Bianca ended up getting booed at the end of this segment.
Which is weird that the international crowds do that. Yeah. And it's kind of funny because like if Rhea did win, then of course Io deserves that rematch. But Bianca also has that Royal Rumble win, so I guess that's a way to do it too. But do you have Io lose right away?
But then do you flop the title back to her at Mania?
Yeah,
might be nice, right? Like nobody, I think, would expect it. There is a lack of title changes, short of tag team titles, really.
Yep. And in real life, people can lose and then win right away. Like it happens all the time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Then we finally get, in between that, we got an excellent Ivy Nile promo. Backstage.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Backstage pre-tape.
I don't know why. What did she say?
I didn't really make notes about it. It was just her saying that it's her time.
Good.
And it was very, very well done, produced very well. She is an incredible talent. I think she should be the one to beat Lyra when the time comes. So,
totally.
I really like watching her wrestle. So,
well, and they need to get some titles for that group because they're all so talented. For real.
They are really, as we noticed in the next the next match, Dragon Lee versus El Grande Americano. Was that his name? Yeah, El Grande Americano. Yeah.
You bet.
So I'm kind
of fantastic.
I'm wondering. Well, first of all, this was a very good match.
Yeah.
I hadn't been impressed really with Dragon Lee since he'd got back. But this was excellent. This was a very good luchador versus luchador match.
Yeah.
And that was a crazy bump, that suplex off of the apron.
It was like I was almost scared.
That was a nasty bump.
The fisherman, right? From the apron right to the outside. It was just deep thud.
Yeah. But the pace to this was good. Part of the reason I don't, I won't say don't like, but it's sometimes hard to get into luchador matches for me is because it's so hard to see their facials.
Yes,
that's or that too.
You're right. No, but you are right because like the face plays so much. It gives us so much.
It does. And but I thought Dragon Lee was selling well enough. And then he took another crazy overhead belly to belly into the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
So these two were, they had a very good TV match. Part of me wonders if. Go ahead, sorry.
No, they wanted to impress. You could tell, like, even the lucha style. It is hard because you got to like move your arms and legs, like when you get hurt or like when you're in pain, right? But they even did that. Dragon did that so well this time. Like, it was in his. I guess it's his forte.
Even El Grande did it pretty good. He was throwing some Hurricane Ranas around.
That's heritage.
That's right. Mil Mascara's son. There was a shout out to Mil Mascaras on the broadcast as well from Michael Cole, I believe. Yes. Part of me wonders if this is the reason why Chad was off TV a little, like for the most part, was so he could practice with a mask on.
I saw you. You tweeted that. I'm like, that is smart.
Because that would be hard. And especially to be flipping around the way that he was and able to do it. Like, he's an athletic guy, super talented guy, don't get me wrong. But when you only know to work without a mask, and then you're told to put a lucha mask on, that's got to be super tough.
Yeah, go be confident doing all this with your vision cut right off. Yeah.
So, well done. Executed very well. So,
and good style. Like he did the lucha style very well. Like I was like, okay, he's got it. He's such an impressive talent, man.
He is. He deserves a title. Maybe he's the one that needs to beat Braun.
That would be a nice match to see too, because he could just totally out wrestle him.
He could, yeah. He's fast. Fast for a 40-year-old man still.
Yeah. Get him some titles before he's too old.
Yeah. Punk comes out to cut a promo about Tuesday, and believe it, would you believe it? Guess what he said? I work with children.
I've heard that.
Oh boy. And the crowd did not react. It was like they didn't believe that he just said it, or they didn't. I was shocked at the lack of reaction, to be honest.
It's like, are they not smart to AEW stuff? Like, you'd figure they would
tons of people online were like, holy shit, he said it. And I'm sure Hunter was like laughing his ass off.
Oh, for sure.
But Punk didn't really say a whole lot, to be honest, in the promo. Not that I caught anyways.
Seems same old.
Yeah, I was. This was about the time I was trying to feed the dogs yesterday, so.
That's what they call it.
Yeah. Hey-o. And then then my notes are gone for the final match, for the main event.
Okay.
So I know it was Penta and Braun.
Yeah.
And
Braun was selling very well. If you remember that, I was actually impressed. I'm like, Braun, okay.
I remember he was selling well, and I remember the start of the first like 4 minutes or so of the match were pretty slow, but I might be misremembering.
Well, and there's a crazy what do they call it? Kope Con Hilo move, which was wild. And then when Dom and
missed, he really missed catching Penta too, and Penta slammed pretty hard. Yeah.
It was wild. And then Dom Carlito showed up, Mexican Destroyer, and I swear Penta said to them to the outside, "Get the fuck out of here." And Pat said, "They're speaking Spanish. I don't understand what they're saying, or I don't know what they're saying." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" And then Cole was like, "I thought you spoke 6 different languages," and Pat was like, "Some words, not all of them." It was so good. It was just so hilarious to me. Get the fuck out of here. Like, they're speaking Spanish. And then of course, Dom caused the DQ.
Yeah, I remember that. Then of course they teased the chair shot, and instead of just hitting Dom with it, he's got to, lucha it up and throw it in his face and kick it, but that's fine.
Of course. And like, so what's happening? Like, obviously Penta wasn't going to join. We know that, Judgment Day. And then Balor's mad at Dom, of course, for kind of taking this lead role, I guess. So it's like, are they all trying to impress him?
So I'm going to go ahead though.
Yeah. No, JD did that interview where he said, "Need another member. When I'm back, we're good."
But Judgment Day is getting stale, so I'm wondering if the Rey Fenix vignettes on a SmackDown are a swerve, and Rey Fenix is the new member of the Judgment Day.
That would be cool. So Penta feuds with them for a bit.
Yeah.
I could handle that. Because Judgment Day is very Latino, I guess.
They are, and they're just, kind of stale now at this point. The other thing I wanted to mention about Liv, actually, is during the match on the outside, she's just so animated. Like, she just knows how to do everything so well.
Yeah.
But I didn't think the match itself was that outstanding, really.
No, it wasn't. And it was like, I don't know if because just the interference kind of took over or what, but those two could have had a great singles match, I feel, if they had the time. I don't know. I would have loved to see a title change, but it didn't feel right. As soon as they got into it a bit, you kind of felt like, okay, well, some shit's gonna go down.
Yeah, sure I thought for sure they were gonna cost Braun the title to get it to Penta, and then Penta would be stuck with this perilous decision of, do I join these guys now that they helped me become a champion?
Yeah. Turn on or you say no, right? And then you're automatically feuding with Finn or something.
I would really like to start seeing like Dom in an actual substantial program though, with a wrestler on TV, and not, basically being enhancement talent for CM Punk and Cody Rhodes on the live events.
Yeah. That doesn't make sense because clearly they trust him.
Well, they do, right? And he was Punk's first match back on TV.
Yeah. So if that's the case, obviously the guy can work and he's safe. So let's do something with him. He's entertaining as hell.
He is, yeah. Maybe this is the way to get Penta. Maybe he requested working with Dom. Maybe this is how they do that too. Since he can't work with Ray, he'll work with Dom. Yeah.
Yeah. Like such a good mid card if you put it all together. I love it.
It is. It really is.
They just gotta do more with it. Yeah. Take notes, SmackDown.
Seriously.
Do something.
Anyways, it's kind of a fucking shit show of a show here because of the internet dying and the whatever else.
Yeah.
That being said, Sunday episodes, this Sunday's episode, and I guess probably for the next 10, not 10 because Mania's in between, but the next few, we will be doing Dark Side of the Ring recaps as well, and reviews. Episode 1 starts tonight, beginning with Hell in the Cell.
Yeah. SmackDown reviews will be quick.
Yeah, because
Especially
that's
if
just
it
it.
keeps up.
SmackDown will be quick. So, and I just can't bring myself to watch the live version of SmackDown anymore until they figure their shit out. So I watched the replay.
Yep.
So the synopsis: Mick Foley hell in a cell from the first terrifying fall off the cage to the impact he still feels today. Mick Foley relives one of wrestling's most iconic matches. That's what it is. So we will go over that next Sunday, go over a little bit of news from the week. And we will that's what we'll do. I'm thinking and fucking around here. So thanks for watching, everybody, listening, all you beautiful 2.8 million people, 280,000 people, 2,800 people. And
there's a couple zeros.
That's right. You like what you hear? Probably not this one, but if you liked anything else you hear, please subscribe, comment.
Use the skip button. Figure it out. Yeah.
Skip ahead, and we will catch you on Sunday. Thank you very much.
And it wasn't a long one.
No.